Did you know there's a way to make money in real estate without any license, without any contractors, and barely any work? You can make tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands from becoming the middleman. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you all about how you become the middleman in real estate. And this way of making money in real estate is so easy that children can do it. Literally, children have done it. It's so easy that I get it done. My Gucci flip-flops all the time, makes hundreds of thousands of dollars in these, and you can do it exactly too. So let's talk about how you actually do it in the first place. So what you want to do is you want to look for a property just like this. Look for a home that looks just like this. I know you have them all in your neighborhood, all in your city. You want to look for ones that look rundown. You want to look for ones that people normally wouldn't want to live in. So things you want to check for: overgrown grass, boarded up windows, signs on the door, ugly shutters, just like that. Now remember, most people wouldn't want to live in these properties, but this is where you're going to make your money at. So when you find these properties, that's the very first step. Now you've seen the outside of what one of these houses to make money looks like. Let's go inside and let's check out the inside of what one of these properties are. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you all about how you actually make the money. So come on. So things that you're going to see typically in one of these properties, you're going to see a big mess just like this. And that's why I'm carrying this around, because when you're in a property with a mess, you never know what you're going to find. And I'm using this to defend myself if I see any rats in this house. We're looking for properties all with a bunch of mess in it. The worse the property condition, the potential more money that you can make. Because what you are going to do as the middleman, you are not actually going to be renovating this property, but you're going to be selling a contract to the person who does renovate the property. So this is how you make your money as a middleman. Just simply selling a contract. You're not flipping houses, you're flipping a contract. So you may ask, where do I actually find these people to flip the contract at? Well, it's simple. That's just your dispositions period. And in your dispositions period, you want to find a cash buyer that is renovating the property. Now, for that cash though, you're going to need an assignment contract to be able to make money from the deal. Because if you just tell them you have a house to sell, they are just going to buy it and you're not going to get paid. So make sure you get an assignment contract. And one of the best ways to find a cash buyer is join a community that has cash buyers in it and has all the resources to make sure you're making the most money on the deal. But before dispositions though, you do have your period of, okay, we're in the house, right? How do you actually flip the contract? Well, that's called your acquisitions period. And in your acquisitions period, you need a great contract to be able to get the house under contract with the seller. And just for you, that contract is in the link in the description. It's the free one-page contract. That's how you'll be able to get the house under contract with the seller. And if you want to know exactly what to say, the scripts, the resources, the tools to be able to get the house under contract, join Closure Society. We have all of that ready for you. So all you gotta do is just follow that. It doesn't matter how old you are, how experienced you are. You can close deals as the middleman and get these contracts under contract and flip those contracts. Now, looking at this house, this is kind of rough. You guys kind of see the bathroom, things like that. Looks like that's rat stuff. I don't want to say that word because I don't want to get banned up here, but it looks like that's rat stuff. That's why I have my handy dandy axe in case a rat wants to pop out. You got a little straightening for him. That being said, you want to know how much rehab is the house actually going to take, because when you're pitching this house to the cash buyer, to the end buyer, the one that's actually flipping the property, you don't necessarily just want to have them run the numbers. You actually want to run your numbers too to make sure you're maximizing on the deal. So one thing you want to do is run an MAO formula. MAO means your max allowable offer. Figure out what is the max allowable offer that you can offer for this property. And you know what? I'm going to put this one down because I see a new tool that's actually lighter. So we're going to switch out. So this is our new tool to protect us for today. You're going to run your MAO formula, figure out what is the maximum price that you can offer for the property. Now there's various MAO formulas. I prefer the Smart MAO formula. The Smart MAO formula is probably the best formula, at least that we've tested, that we've tried over hundreds of deals. That is the most accurate one. Okay, all right. So PSA, so we did some research and it looks like a lot of people that are watching do not subscribe to the channel. So please do me a favor, because I'm giving you guys these free videos, free high-level information on real estate and real estate investing. Please, just for me. All you gotta do is click the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. Oh, also, just bonus, to share it with a friend who can find this helpful. Thank you. And that Smart MAO formula is available in Closure Society for all of our closers. But if you're not in Closure Society, you can always use the 70% rule formula. 70% rule is your MAO equals your ARV times 70% of the ARV minus the rehab. You can use that formula to figure out how much you're going to pitch your deal out to your end buyers. Now, the issue with the 70% rule though is that it depends all on that particular cash buyer. Like I have a contact in Atlanta, for example. They purchase deals at 80%. So if you're offering these deals at 70%, you could have actually made more money, but you didn't know. That's one reason why Closer Society does help you. Let's talk about the acquisitions period a little bit more. So this is where you really make your money, because if you have a tight deal, if you don't negotiate the lowest discount to the seller, then you are going to possibly lose money. You're really not going to make much money. My average middleman fee is $35,000 per deal. And that is because I negotiate with the seller. I get the price to the lowest, but I'm able to do that based off of running the correct formula, based on being able to give the sellers the knowledge. So if you want to make the most money as a middleman, you just got to up your knowledge, just to be honest with you. But if you're a beginner, it's still okay. You could still make at least $10,000 as a middleman. I believe the average middleman fee is $10,000 to $15,000. So you can make money yourself by becoming a middleman. And for a lot of you, $10,000 is life-changing money. It can change your whole situation. It can get you out of your 9 to 5. It can give you your head start. You can even use that $10,000 to invest in your first rental property. If you want more videos about knowing about rental properties, watch the videos on this channel. Hey, you want to make more money in real estate and real estate investing? Become a closer today. In Closer Society, we'll give you all the mentorship, the coaching, the training, the resources, scripts, and the deals. Yes, we will give you the deals. Partnerships and community is all found in Closer Society. So if you want to make the most money in real estate, which is what you want to do, right? Become a closer today. This is for real estate agents, real estate investors, and no, you don't need a real estate license to make money in real estate. You don't need to be in real estate full time. You don't even need to know what a real estate is to make money in real estate. And with Closer Society, we will supply you with everything. So remember, to join Closer Society, go to closersociety.org. Follow us on Instagram also at Closer Society. Let's make the most money in real estate and let's close these deals, closers. So we talked about the acquisition side, which is the side of you acquiring a contract from the seller. We talked about the disposition side, which is the side of you flipping the contract, selling that contract to that cash buyer, to that end investor who actually is flipping or renovating the property. You know what? My arm's getting tired, so we're putting this down. So we talked about acquisitions and dispositions, but now we actually have to talk about what's probably the most important part, which is how do you actually get paid as a middleman? So this all happens in the disposition period. You want to make sure that you're using a great TC, transaction coordinator, or you want to make sure that you're using a great title company that can ensure that you'll get paid. So what happens is when that end buyer, when they close on the property, you don't even have to be at closing. You don't even have to come to the property at all, to be honest with you. That's the great thing about being a middleman, is that you can make money in different states without even being there. All you gotta do is have a conversation with the seller and get the property under contract. Or you could just have gone to the house once when you first met the seller. Doesn't matter. You get paid when that end buyer actually closes on the deal. So when you close on a property, there's a thing called a CD, a closing disclosure, or a HUD, or ALTA, whatever they call it in your particular state. And that has all the numbers breakdown of the sale. Now it'll have that end buyer, what they purchased the property at, and it'll also have what's called your assignment fee. That assignment fee is the money that you walk away with. So again, how you actually make money is the assignment fee as a middleman, and you make your money in the difference. So for example, if you got this property under contract with the seller for $100,000 in your acquisition period, then in your dispositions period, you went to an end buyer and you sold that contract, you flipped that contract to them for $120,000. At the end, when they purchased the property and they purchased it at $120,000, your assignment fee would be $20,000, because in your acquisition period, you got this property under contract with the seller for $100,000. So remember, as a middleman, you keep the difference. That's why you're the middleman. And this is a great way to make money in real estate without any license, without any contractors, without any of that unnecessary stress, headaches, permits, any of that, and less work. And this is one of the many ways in which you can make money in real estate or real estate investing. But if you want to make the most money in real estate, become a closer. And if you want to learn more about anything in real estate investing, watch the next video. Bye.